Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm here to talk about a penny stock that looks very promising. It looks like it has a good future, and you should get in now while it's this cheap because I don't think it's going to be like this for long. So without further ado, if you do enjoy this video, be sure to smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. We're 5 subscribers away from 300. So if you guys do want to be a part of this and you enjoy the content and want to see more, smash the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and thank you for watching. Let's get right into it. So you can see today we had a rough day in the portfolio. This is due to AMD earnings. Probably next video I'm going to make actually is AMD still a buy after earnings? Share my thoughts on that. So yeah, let's get right into what this stock is. This is ticker symbol SMXT, SolarMax Technology. Probably never heard of this stock. If you heard about it before today, then you're lucky. I actually meant to make this video before today, so it kind of sucks that it did this today, but it's up 73% today. It was up at one point 162%. So it's dropped since the peak of today, luckily, but I mean, look at, it kind of just came up out of nowhere. It was trading under $1 for a while here. And this is due to, they actually just secured a deal. SolarMax Technology surges on a $127 million EPC contract for Texas battery storage project. So SolarMax Technology was up 58% pre-market, and it was awarded an engineering, procurement, and construction agreement with Longfellow BESS LLC for a new utility-scale battery storage project in Pecos County, Texas, which is expected to generate $127 million in revenues. So they're also purchasing an 8% interest in this company, which is great. And this is huge for this company because if we take a look at their EPS, or their PE ratio, their PE ratio is negative. So this company was in debt. And for a company that's market cap is $89 million and $127 million revenue deal is probably going to bring them out of debt. So that's very promising for this company. They were underwater for a little bit, but I really like that, this is going to get the ball rolling. They're very underground too, so this is a big contract for them. It's a big first thing for this company. And you can see they actually IPO'd at $4 right here, and they jumped all the way to 13. And, they've been very volatile since then, but they were kind of just hanging out down here. They had a little bit of a spike to $2.32 and then hung out around the dollar range, and now we're at $1.50. So my thesis for this stock is that there's a lot of room for it to run, and I'm mainly investing in this stock in particular because it's very undervalued in my opinion now with the potential that it has to get these big deals. I think that there's a lot of things that could go right for this company, and I want to have exposure in the solar segment. So I'm a big believer in, solar energy. I think that there's a lot of different types of energy that are going to be used over the next, coming of decades, years, centuries maybe. I mean, for sure centuries, but even years and decades. I think that solar energy is going to become a lot more prominent, a lot more popular. Just other forms of green energy. We're talking, wind turbine energy, nuclear energy, solar energy, because, gas is going to phase out. I mean, there's bills in office, not to get into politics, but there's bills in office where every vehicle needs to be clean air by, 2030 something. So, probably solar technology is going to get implemented on those vehicles, and then this company, there's a lot of things that can happen with solar technology. So I wanted to, look at this company's financials and what they were doing, in 2024, because it's a lot different now. So the balance sheet we see right here in 2024, their assets were 38,000. Their liabilities are more than their assets. So this company was obviously in debt, and they've been in debt for a while. But they did actually go public in 2024. So, I mean, I don't think they've even had a stock for a year, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe a little bit over a year. So, yeah, it's been a little bit over a year, but not too much. I mean, it hasn't even been 2 years. So, this is a very new stock to the stock market. They just became public. And that's, when I want to get into a stock, I really like that they just jumped and then dropped. I think that that's like a good sign, honestly, because people believed in it really heavily out the gate and it got to $13. But I mean, that was kind of just, no one really knew what was going on with the stock. It was kind of just blind buying. But now that it's so cheap, I mean, even after the 70% spike, I think we're going to see, some more deals go through with this company. And this is a speculative stock. Don't throw all your money at this company. But I think picking up a few shares of it couldn't hurt. I think there definitely is a lot of potential for this company, and I actually wanted to also look at the holders because when there is these very cheap penny stocks, you want to make sure that the people actually running the stock, the people that are making, parts of the stock go up, you know what I'm saying? They actually own a good amount of the stock. So they have insider ownership of 31%. I like to see that a lot. That's a big majority of the company. So I'm sure they made a lot of money today. I wouldn't be surprised to see some sells just to secure some profits because this is a small company and the future is unknown. But also, you see top institutional holders. We have BlackRock actually owns around 2% of the stock. So that also makes me feel good that BlackRock is actually, they know about this stock and they're looking into this stock and they believe in it because the solar space is a very profitable sector. There are other stocks that are bigger in the solar space. We see Enphase Energy, which I also don't hate as a buy because it's so cheap. Look at the stock in the past year, they're down 68%. Past 5 years, they're down 50%. All time, they're up. Good company. But you can see they were $320 at one point. Now they're $31. Do I think that this company reached its peak all time? No. So I think that this stock will be worth more than $320 one day, which is not a crazy thing to say in my opinion. It might take a while, but I think that this company does have better days ahead of them, and it's not a falling knife. They're kind of bottoming out right here. If I do say so myself, I kind of see the bottoming out happening. Because of how slowly it's dropping, and it seems like it might kind of start bouncing back up right here. I wouldn't be surprised, but that's not the stock we're talking about today. But I mean, that sector is a good one to get exposure to. I think the solar sector is very, it's new, it's up and coming. There's a lot of different energy, sources in the world, that you can invest in. And nuclear is kind of taken off. There's some, nuclear energy stocks that have gone up a lot in a short amount of time because of, energy is going to become scarce in the next, few years, the next decades, the next time, you know what I mean? Like pretty soon here, we're going to need to start looking for more clean energy sources, and SMXT is set up very well. This is a cheap stock not many people know about yet. They just acquired a $127 million deal. This is more than their stock's market cap. They just got a deal for. It's a very small company. There's 76 employees, so very small. Founded in 2008, so they got founded during a very hard time financially. But we see it's an integrated solar and renewable energy company. The firm engages in the provision of global energy solutions for residential and commercial markets. So the fact that they're working residential and commercial, I feel very happy about. I think that there's a lot of money to be made residentially, obviously, on solar panels, but commercial is where the money is going to happen. That's where the majority of the big money is going to be made. So we can see that solar products include home solar, SMX solar panels, home battery, and electric car charging. That's another part that I really like, the electric car charging, because not a lot of these solar companies offer the electric car charging that I know of. So the fact that SMXT has that, I feel very happy about, because there's going to be a lot more electric cars coming in the near future. We've seen there's bills passed for California to only have electric cars at a certain year. So, or only electric cars produced. There's going to be gas cars, in circulation, but only electric cars are going to be produced. And, these gas companies, these oil companies like Chevron, Valero, there's so many of them. But I mean, look at Chevron. This is a stock that's had a very good run. They have a dividend of 4%. In the past 5 years, they're up 80% all time. Just a great company. And they've been out for so long. You've been able to invest in this company forever. And if you invested in it at any time, you've made good on your money just because of their dividend, and their stock price tends to go up over time. But I do think that this company is going to start dropping eventually. We're not going to have gas forever. And this is a long-term investment, investing in one of these solar companies. I think you could double your money tomorrow. It's possible. But I wouldn't even take it if I doubled my money tomorrow, honestly. I think that this company has a lot more room to run than just doubling your money in a day. And there's a lot more things you can do with this company that they're going to be good for over in the long run. So, I would really get into this company. I'd urge you guys to do that because of their, what they have going for them. They're very small. This is a very small company. But at the same time, I think that the risk is worth being taken, because what's the risk? You're going to 10x your money, or you're going to lose $1.53. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't hate throwing $100 into this company and be fine with losing that money. But this is better than gambling, in my opinion, because you are gambling. You're gambling. You don't know if this stock is going to, make it big or not. But they have a $90 million market cap. They're not a $1 million stock where there's houses worth more than the stock. No, they're not a micro cap. But they are a very small stock. They're under 100 million, and we've seen today what they're capable of. They just got a $100 million deal, and all it takes is one more of those, and then the stock price doubles again, and then they have a consistent income. And then I mean this deal really added to their popularity as well. So that's the thing I like to see too, is they're holding the 70% gain. I mean, it's only been a day. Don't get me wrong, but they're holding the gain that they got. And if this stock really wasn't worth anything, then their gain would drop instantly. It would just, they wouldn't be up much today at all, but they're still up over 70% in a day. And you can see the stock has recently experienced elevated volatility. No wonder. I mean, they just acquired a $100 million deal. So yeah, I'm very happy with this stock. I think that there's a lot of good things in the future for this company. I'm definitely gonna have to pick up some shares of it. And yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to just get a little bit of this company. And honestly, it's just to get exposure to the energy industry, because there's a lot of energy stocks that are good. But I think that getting into the solar, nuclear, and wind energy is going to be your best bet at this point, because I think fossil fuel energy does have time left. Just energy in general, it has time left. You can make money investing in a fossil fuel energy company, a gasoline energy company. You can make money. But at the same time, I think that, I'm investing for the long term. I'm investing to sell when I'm, 50, 60. So that's why I'm investing in a company like this, and I'm being okay with the fact that if I lose my money, I lose my money. If I make money, then I'm probably going to 10x it or 5x it, or make a lot more money than I put in. So yeah, I'm going to be picking up some shares of SMXT most likely pretty soon here. And yeah, there's no reason not to buy this company. I don't think this is a risk that's worth taking. The risk to reward is very attractive. That's what I look for when I'm investing in stocks, is an attractive risk to reward. That's why I bought AMD right here, because I thought the risk to reward was very attractive. And we can see it's been a bad day today, but up 50% on the stock, I can't complain. It's been a good run for AMD, and investing in it, because the risk to reward was so attractive. There was more reward for me in my eyes than there was risk investing in the company at such a cheap price. And that's what I see for the same thing with SMXT, is there's more reward than there is risk investing in it at this price. So yeah, if you guys agree with these points, I'd say get into the stock. There's no harm in putting a little bit of money in there. And yeah, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we're almost at 300 subscribers. I really appreciate your guys' support. This is a newer type of video I'm coming at you guys with, about, a certain stock that isn't in an industry or a sector I usually cover. But yeah, I'm trying to, diversify the portfolio and invest in a few of my own stocks that I haven't seen anyone else talk about. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, be sure like, subscribe, comment down below what other kind of videos you guys want to see. I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace.